Chapter 1 of the Second Latchkey. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Second Latchkey by Charles Norris and Alice Muriel Williamson. Chapter 1. A White Rose. Even when Annesley Grayle turned out of the Strand towards the Savoy, she was uncertain whether she would have courage to walk into the hotel. With each step the dreadful thing that she had come to do loomed blacker. It was monstrous, impossible, like opening the door of the lion's cage at the Zoo and stepping inside. There was still time to change her mind. She had only to turn now, jump into an omnibus, jump out again at the familiar corner, and everything would be as it had been. Life for the next 5, 10, maybe 20 years would be what the last 5 had been. At the thought of the Savoy and the adventure waiting there, the girl's skin had tingled and grown hot, as if a wind laden with grains of heated sand had blown over her. But at the thought of turning back, of going home, oh, misused word, a leaden coldness shut her spirit into a tomb. She had walked fast, after descending at Bedford Street from a fierce motor bus with a party of comfortable people bound for the Adelphi Theatre. Never before had she been in a motor omnibus, and she was not sure whether the great hurtling thing would deign to stop, except at trysting places of its own, or it had seemed wise to bundle out rather than risk a snub from the conductor, who looked like pictures of the Duke of Wellington. But in the lighted Strand she had been stared at as well as jostled. A girl alone at 8 o'clock on a winter evening, bareheaded, conspicuously tall, if conspicuous in no other way, dressed for dinner or the theatre, in a pale grey sequined gown under a mauve chiffon cloak meant for warm nights of summer. Of course, as Miss Ellsworth, giver of dress and wrap, often pointed out, beggars mustn't be choosers. And Annesley Grayle was worse off than a beggar, because beggars needn't keep up appearances. She should have thanked heaven for good clothes, and so she did in chastened moods, but it was a costume to make a girl hurry through the Strand, and just for an instant she had been glad to turn from the white glare into comparative dimness. That was because offensive eyes had made her forget the almost immediate future in the quite immediate present. But the hotel, with light-hearted taxis tearing up to it, brought remembrance with a shock. She envied everyone else who was bound for the Savoy, even old women and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?